All right, I'm inconsolable right now because Netflix has officially canceled Lockwood & Co., which was this like sci-fi kind of fantasy dystopian YA show that was so good and so fun and just a great adaptation and a great teen show. And I'm upset because it was actually really great and I really enjoyed it as an adult, and I felt like it was so not only appropriate but also still entertaining and like high stakes of a show for teenagers to enjoy. Like, I don't think that teenagers should always have to watch like adult stuff or kid stuff. There needs to be like a great in between, and Netflix has repeatedly ended every show that's a great in between, and it sucks and it's so annoying. And Lockwood & Co. was so good and I really enjoyed it, and it got me into an entire new genre of music because of the intro, and I'm sad and it really is disappointing. And I wanted to make this video really quickly because I wanted to kind of talk about some of the strengths of the show, because I haven't found anybody else that's watched it, and I've been trying to coerce my friends into watching it and they haven't. So this is what I've got. The show is so good. It's not even really funny, which is kind of up my alley. I don't really like funny stuff that much. I was so excited to watch it. It popped up on my Netflix recommendations and I was like, ooh, this looks kind of fun. And if I had to describe it to somebody else, I'd say it's a YA version of a combination of Doctor Who and Supernatural. And it's really awesome, really fun. It's like kind of dystopian, but not so dystopian that it's like you're detached from it. You're still really engaged and it's really fun. The main character is really interesting. The other two like side characters, they're fun, but they also have their faults, and I think that's really important. And sweetheart. Oh, you're being so sweet. He's laying, he wants belly rubs. He's being so nice to me. Here he is. He's purring. I love him so. He's my favorite little creature. Okay. Anyway, all the characters are so well written and they have this really great character development throughout the show. There's high stakes, which is so great and so important, especially for like teenager shows, because sometimes I feel like it's like, the high school, something's happening at the high school. And you know, as a teenager, I liked it to be more than that, and I think that's why, like in my generation, as like an older Gen Z, like the biggest stuff at the time, like growing up, was like the dystopian novels where it was like one teenager must save the world. And the way that works for this series is that like there's a special power held only by kids and they grow out of it, which is kind of like, I really like that the enjoyment of childhood is fleeting and like you have to make the best of it while you can. And I think that that's a really great theme to have in kids. You know, don't encourage them to grow up too fast, encourage them to enjoy their youth and the freedoms that they have being teenagers, despite, you know, living under the thumb of adults. The show is fun, it's great. I became invested once I got to the second episode, and I think the second episode, in my opinion, I know the pilot is a really important episode, but I think the second episode is always the episode that determines whether somebody's going to continue watching. And this second episode is really strong. I got to the end of the show and was disappointed because I wanted more. It was great. It's so fun. I am interested in reading the book series now, and I actually was detached from YA for a really long time because I felt like I felt weird about reading like about like 15, 16, 17-year-olds as like an adult, and this show didn't make me feel like that. It made me feel like I was one of them, and that like I just wanted to be alongside for the journey and experience it, and it was really cool and really fun. And I'm so sad that Netflix canceled it. I really wanted another season. I thought all the young actors were so great. Like the lead, she was also in Bridgerton. She was like one of the younger siblings in Bridgerton, and I was really excited for her because I was like, oh my gosh, her career is like really kicking off. That's like so awesome. And now that this has been canceled, like I'm happy that she can go on and find like better and bigger things. But this was such a good show and I really liked it. So yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it didn't get enough hype. I didn't meet anybody else who's watched it, so maybe there was hype. I'm off Twitter, so maybe there was some Twitter hype for it, I don't know. But I got the news kind of late that it was canceled. It was announced on the 12th and I only found it last night. So I'm just sad. Can you stop shaking my... Thank you. Anyway, so that's my quick video about Lockwood & Co. because I'm just so bummed out. If anybody knows any shows that are relatively similar and they're not like super overly dystopian, I'm interested. Count me interested. I would love to know what you've got. So yeah, I'm just sad. This is my grieving period. I was in like the bargaining stage for a while. I was like, maybe it'll come back. It's not gonna come back. Netflix has literally never done that except for Stranger Things, and Stranger Things has made them billions. So, yeah. I know, right? You get me.